My beloved child, listen closely to my words and let them settle gently into the deepest corners of your heart. For what I wish to tell you today comes from a place far beyond this world, a place where eternity and compassion embrace each other, and where my love for you, unmeasured and unconditional, has always existed even before your very first breath touched the quiet dawn of this earth. I know that you have felt weary, that the path you are walking has sometimes appeared so heavy with shadows that you questioned whether your strength was enough to take even one more step. But I am here to remind you that this journey was never meant to be traveled alone, and that from the very beginning I have chosen you on purpose, not by chance, not by accident, but by divine design, because your heart carries a courage you have yet to fully see, and your spirit holds a light that even darkness must bow to. You may wonder why trials come, why pain so often follows you like an unwelcome shadow, and why your prayers sometimes seem to linger unanswered in the silence of the night. Yet I want you to know, with all the certainty your soul can hold, that nothing you have faced or will face is without meaning. For every tear you have, she has watered seeds of strength within you, and every struggle has shaped your heart into something more tender, more resilient, more capable of love. When you feel like giving up, my dear child, pause for a moment and listen to the quiet whisper of my spirit, reminding you that I am still here, closer than your own breath, walking beside you through every storm, catching each tear before it falls, and holding your trembling hands in mine until hope returns to your weary heart, because you were never created to be defeated by this world, but to overcome it. With my strength alive and burning gently within you, do not measure your worth by your past mistakes or by the times you have stumbled, because I have already seen those moments before they arrived. And yet I still chose to love you completely, and my love for you does not waver when you fail, nor does it diminish when you doubt, for it is a love rooted not in what you do, but in who you are. My beloved creation, crafted with intention and destined for something beautiful that even now is unfolding before your eyes. You see, my child, your presence on this earth is not a coincidence. For your name has been written in my book long before the foundations of the world were laid, and my plans for you have always been wrapped in hope, in goodness, and in promise. Even when the road feels unbearably long, and even when the night feels too dark to see the dawn that is already on its way, I understand that there are moments when fear grips your heart so tightly that it feels like it might break, when loneliness whispers lies into your ears that you are forgotten. But trust me, dear one, my eyes have never turned away from you, and my hands have never let go of yours, even when you could not feel them. For I have carried you through valleys so deep that only I know how close you came to losing yourself, and I have stood beside you in moments of joy, silently celebrating every triumph that your heart dared to dream into reality. Today, I ask you to let go of the past that still haunts you, for those memories do not define you anymore, and I have already removed the weight of your mistakes from your shoulders, inviting you instead to walk in freedom, to lift your gaze from what was and fix your eyes on what can be, a future shaped by grace, by healing, and by the quiet, unshakable hope that I have placed deep within you. It is true that some people around you may not understand your heart, and some may never see the beauty of the spirit I have breathed into you. But do not let their rejection keep you chained to places where your soul cannot flourish, for I did not create you to remain small so that others might feel comfortable. Instead, I have called you to rise, to grow, and to stand tall in the fullness of who you truly are. If there are relationships or environments that strip you of your joy, that dim your light or silence your laughter, do not hesitate to step away, not from hate, but from love. Love for your own spirit, which deserves space to breathe, to heal, and to become the person I know you can be. For you are never meant to live in chains of guilt, shame, or fear, but in the freedom that my Spirit freely offers. And when you find yourself at a crossroads, unsure which way to turn, come to me in quiet prayer with a humble and open heart, and I will guide your steps. For my wisdom surpasses all human understanding, and my love sees beyond every obstacle, lighting paths you cannot yet see. Paths that lead to hope, to peace, and to the fulfillment of the dreams I have whispered to your soul since the beginning. You may ask, why must the road be so hard? Why must you face such pain? And though I know it is not always easy to understand, trust that I never waste your suffering. Instead, I use it to deepen your compassion, to teach your heart to recognize the silent cries of others, and to shape within you a love so profound that it mirrors my own, a love that heals, that forgives, and that endures. My child, hear me. Now, you are never alone, even in the moments when you feel abandoned by everyone else. For I remain by your side, steadfast and faithful, and nothing can separate you from my love. Not your failures, not your doubts, not even your deepest fears. For my love for you is stronger than anything you will ever face, and it will never fade, never falter, never leave. Look ahead, for your story is not over, and the chapters still to be written hold blessings beyond what you dare to imagine. Moments of laughter, of peace, and of victories that will remind you why it was worth it to keep going, even on the hardest days. I see your heart, weary yet still beating with hope. I see your spirit, bruised yet still reaching for light. And I want you to know that every prayer you have whispered in tears has reached my heart, and I have kept every word close, even the prayers you were too tired or afraid to speak. Do not give up, my beloved, for you are far closer to your breakthrough than you realize, and this moment of struggle will pass, giving way to new dawns, to fresh beginnings, and to blessings you have longed for in your deepest prayers. You may not see the full picture now, but trust that I do. And every piece fits together in ways that one day you will understand and even give thanks for. Because what I have planned for you is not small nor ordinary, but something deeply beautiful, born from love and shaped by grace. Hold on to hope, even if it feels like nothing more than a fragile thread, because even the smallest seed of faith can grow into something mighty, something strong enough to move mountains. And remember that it is not your strength that will carry you forward, but mine, alive within you, renewing you day by day. Bring to me your fears, your doubts, your pain, and even your anger, for I do not turn away from your honesty. Instead, I draw nearer, offering you peace in place of turmoil, healing in place of brokenness, and love in place of fear. And remember, dear child, that you are precious in my eyes, more valuable than all the treasures of this world, and nothing you do or fail to do can change that. For my love for you was sealed long before your first breath and will remain long after your last. As you continue this journey, do so with the quiet confidence that you are loved deeply and eternally, and that every step you take, whether bold or trembling, is accompanied by my presence, guiding you toward a future filled with purpose, hope, and joy. So do not give up. Not now, not ever. For your life is a gift, your spirit is stronger than you know, and your story is far from over. Instead, lift your head, steady your heart, and walk forward in the light of my promise, knowing that I am with you and that together we can overcome anything. And as I keep speaking to you now, my beloved child, let your heart rest in this truth. Even when the winds of doubt rise and the waves of fear threaten to swallow your fragile hope, my love remains an anchor, unshakable and eternal, holding you steady in the storm, reminding you that no force in heaven or on earth can steal you away from my embrace. For you were made to stand, not by your own strength alone, but by the power of my spirit living within you, quietly breathing courage into the places where fear once whispered its lies. Do not measure the value of your life by the moments when you felt weak, or by the mistakes you regret in the silent hours of the night, because what I see in you is not defined by what you have done or failed to do, but by the sacred truth that you are mine, chosen, beloved, forgiven, and destined for more than your mind can now imagine, and every breath you take is a sign that your purpose is still unfolding, each beat of your heart echoing the quiet promise that your story is far from finished. There will always be voices around you, some loud and accusing, some gentle yet misleading, telling you to settle for less, to silence your dreams, or to shrink your spirit, so others feel comfortable. But I did not craft your soul to bend under the weight of human opinions. For you were born to rise, to speak life where there is silence, to bring light into places shadowed by despair, and to carry hope that others have long forgotten could exist. And when weariness sets in, and it will, for even the strongest hearts grow tired, remember that my arms remain open, ready to gather you in, to let you rest and be renewed. Because I know the roads you walk, the battles you fight silently in your mind, and the silent prayers you whisper through tears that no one else sees, yet I see them all, and I hold them gently in the quiet place where eternity meets compassion. Do not be afraid to dream again, even if the past has taught you to fear disappointment. For I am the one who plants dreams within you, and I do not do so to tease or torment your spirit, but to lead you toward a future shaped by purpose, joy, and blessings that will make your heart overflow with gratitude. Blessings not only for you, but for those whose lives will be touched because you dared to keep going, even when giving up felt easier. I know that sometimes your heart aches with questions too heavy to speak, questions about why suffering exists, why those you love have hurt you, why life seems to break your spirit when you try so hard to be kind and faithful, yet even in your confusion I invite you to trust that nothing is wasted. And every sorrow you have endured has prepared your heart to love more deeply, to see more clearly, and to extend grace to others in a way that reflects the very heart of your Creator. You may not understand today why you had to walk through fire, but one day you will look back and see how it refined your faith, purified your intentions, and shaped you into someone whose spirit could withstand storms without breaking. And in that moment, you will thank me not for the pain itself, but for the transformation it brought, for the tenderness it planted in your heart, and for the courage that blossomed from the very wounds you once thought would destroy you. My dear child, do not fear the future, for I go before you to prepare the way, and nothing awaits you there that my grace has not already made provision for. Do not dwell endlessly on the past, for I have covered it with mercy and cast your confessed mistakes into the depths of the sea, choosing to remember them no more, so that you too might walk in freedom instead of shame. When you falter, and you will, for being human means sometimes falling short, do not hide from me in fear or guilt, but come to me as you are, with your wounds still open, your doubts still loud, and your heart still aching, for it is not your perfection that draws me near, but your honesty, your need, and your willingness to let me heal what you cannot fix on your own. And hear me now, beloved. Forgiveness is not just something I offer you, but something I ask you to extend to those who have wounded your spirit, not because they deserve it, but because your heart deserves peace. And bitterness is a prison I never meant for you to live in. Let go not for them, but for you, so your soul can soar unburdened and your hands remain open to receive the blessings I am ready to pour out upon you. Remember, too, that your worth was never meant to be proven to others, for it was settled long before you drew your first breath. Your value is written in my love, which cannot be undone by any failure, any betrayal, or any word spoken against you. So do not spend your precious days trying to earn what I freely give, but rather live in the freedom that comes from knowing you are fully loved, fully known, and fully accepted just as you are. There will be moments when loneliness creeps in, whispering that you are forgotten. Yet in those moments, pause, quiet your restless thoughts, and feel the gentle truth that you have never truly been alone. For my spirit has walked beside you through every silent night, every tear-stained prayer, and every moment of laughter too, delighting in your joy just as I comfort you in your pain. And know this, child, even in your weakness, I see strength. Even in your questions, I see faith. Even in your fears, I see hope trying to bloom. And I cherish it all, for you are mine. And there is nothing you could do to make me love you more, and nothing you could do to make me love you less. Look at the sunrise tomorrow, and let it remind you that no night lasts forever, that new mercies greet you each morning, and that as long as there is breath in your lungs, there is purpose in your life. Purpose not only to achieve, but to love, to encourage, to forgive, and to simply be a light in the lives of others who, like you, are fighting silent battles they may never speak aloud. When your path feels too narrow, your burden too heavy, come and rest in my presence, where you will find not judgment, but grace, not scorn, but compassion, and not condemnation, but the quiet assurance that I am still for you, still with you, and still working all things together for your ultimate good, even those things that now seem impossible to redeem. And do not let the world convince you that your scars make you less worthy, for to me they are signs of survival, reminders that even when life broke you, you rose again, and each scar tells a story of grace. Not that you were never hurt, but that you were never alone, and that healing is possible, even for the deepest wounds. My beloved child, let faith become your vision, so that you see not only what is, but also what can be. Let hope become your anchor, so that when storms rage, your spirit remains steady. And let love, my love, become the foundation on which you build every thought, every word, and every action. For you are called not merely to exist, but to live abundantly. Not merely to survive, but to flourish. Not merely to receive love, but to become a vessel through which my love flows into a world so desperate for kindness, compassion, and truth. If your heart is heavy today, speak to me in honesty. I do not ask you to hide your tears or pretend to be strong when you feel weak, for it is in your weakness that my strength is made perfect, and in your honesty that our relationship grows ever deeper. When your prayers feel unanswered, trust that I am still listening, still working, and still writing a story that will one day make sense of the chapters that now bring you sorrow. For nothing is hidden from me, and every sigh of your heart has reached my ears. In moments when you feel small, remember you are part of something eternal, a story that began long before your birth and will continue long after your final breath. And within this story, your life matters, your kindness, your faith, your forgiveness, your courage to keep going when it feels impossible. All of it matters more than you know. Do not compare your journey to that of others, for I walk with each of my children in ways unique to them, shaping them for purposes known fully only to me. Instead, fix your eyes on me, the author and finisher of your faith, and trust that what I have begun in you, I will surely bring to completion. And when you look at your reflection, see yourself not through the lens of past mistakes or present struggles, but through my eyes, eyes that see the beauty of your soul, the tenderness of your spirit, and the courage that keeps rising no matter how many times life tries to silence it. For you are my child, deeply loved, wholly accepted, and forever held in the embrace of grace. And no darkness, no failure, and no distance can change that sacred truth. So, my beloved, Do not give up, not now, not ever, for I am with you, always, even to the end of the age. And together, we will write a story of redemption, hope, and love that will outshine even your deepest sorrows.